channel. I haven't been posting a ton lately. I'm doing a fair bit of short rides, but I didn't do a lot of group rides this year. It's been a brutal year for us, and we've got some issues work related, but you know, again, I won't go on about that, but suffice to say that stress is stressful. And we don't really have a shop steward, so my co-workers seem to come to me with problems. I'm one of the older people. But hopefully we get all that worked out before Christmas, because it would be nice to have a good Christmas without a lot of stress. Just my vote. But I'm going to post this ride because I haven't been posting very much in the fall, but I am riding. This ride officially makes it every weekend. I've gone out for a ride on this chopper. So, but again, they've been very, there's a good pothole, I just missed it. It's been very much local riding like this. You know, you've all seen it. I don't really need to keep posting that, but every once in a while I like to put up a video. And especially today, because of the miracle, this thing actually started on her own, and she hasn't been ridden for a solid week. So I rode her last Sunday, pretty good ride, got the battery charged up quite a bit, which was very nice. And I was going to just gear up and do another kind of ride like that, because that's what the bike needs. If I left this for another couple days, we're going to have cold and rain and actual winter conditions. So most people would not ride in what I'm riding. Right now, 6 degrees, looks like rain, windy, but I'm not planning on doing a highway run, even though I probably could go on a little hop. It's pretty chilly. But in my gear up, I realized my Strata finally refunded by mail a little bit of the money that they hoarded for the painting project that never happened. So I do have a check that's all bent and folded, that's been riding in my wallet for too long. So I need to get that deposited. So I'm just going to go to the machine at my bank and try to get that in. That's a money-making task that I can do today, and hopefully the check is not so old that they don't cash it. Can't be that old. But yeah, I tucked it in there, and I thought, I'll do it probably on my way home from work one day, all that kind of stuff. But truth be told, I totally forgot about it. So I'm going to go jam it in there, and hopefully it works, because that would be a good hit for November. We're not that busy at work, but I'm surviving, basically, barely. But as you can see, I'm just running this stupid bike because I can't really afford to buy another one or even get this one properly tuned up and everything. She needs some work. Everybody knows that. But she is a tank. She is still running and doing her job. Basically keeping me mobile on the weekend, so I don't have to ride bicycles everywhere. I still like bicycles. I put some air in my gravel bike tires the other day, just in case I want to go out for a rip. And that will happen in winter. I really like winter riding to stay warm and get a little exercise at the darkest time of year. So I'll do some trail riding in the mucky cold, just for fun. On days when there might be a little dusting of snow. Can't really go at Harley speed. Look at that big. Oh, there we go. Already dropped an F-bomb on a Sunday. GE Birds Creepers. Bad habits. Yeah, you know it's cold when you can smell people doing their wood smoke fires, wood fireplaces. I can't believe the miracle of this thing actually starting on her own. gonna lie, I was fully expecting to have to do the whole rigmarole. Biker wisdom. I don't have a garage, so that's really bad. There we go. And if I was really smart, I'd buy a little more herb here while I'm here, but you know what? I can probably squeak through this whole week without getting more, so I should be fine. And I don't even think it's open yet. I'm only going here because I think I can do this at the machine. Okay, good. I'll probably edit out this parking lot stuff, but I'd like to leave the camera going just in case some crazy person takes me out of action. Yes, very early for a Sunday. It's about 9 a.m. And what I could do is a little bit of context of the neighborhood where I am located in a moment. I think I can do the drive-through if you walk up to it. I can't handle like helmet, bike, and all that right in front of the drive-through thing. It's too much to deal with. See, like that guy, I can just walk up to it with my wallet. Okay. Okay, I deposited my check. Hopefully it works out, that it's not too old. What a dumbass. Literally had money in my shoulder bag without knowing it, really, without realizing it. Ooh, baby. Okay. Oh, man. If you are ever thinking like, okay, I'm in my late 40s or hitting my 50-ish or even older, and you're still pretty active, and you think maybe it's time to buy a little Harley, don't hesitate. If you don't like it, you can get rid of a little Sportster, no problem, as long as it's running. So if you ever get a deal on the interwebs where you can pick up an old Sporty and learn how to ride, these, I can't speak for the Dynas, but these little bikes, if you're not a huge dude, are totally suitable for beginners. I feel kind of crazy saying that, because a lot of people like to hate on the Harleys, but it really worked for me to just get a Harley and start with that, because of the forgiving power to weight ratio. It's not a super heavy bike, but for a little Evo engine, I mean, she does have a little torque. So she's got some guts. So I deposited that check. I took a selfie in the parking lot. So I don't really need to stop. But I got a little bit of a tailgater. I'm going to put down my shield. And you know what, people? I'm going to actually do a bit of a ride. I don't have a toolkit, but if I stay local, it's all good in the hood. I can get home, even if I push this puppy. Good, he's not turning right. That guy wanted the tailgate. I don't know why. But I had a cop coming the other way. I'm just lucky I don't take the bait. I will, if you tailgate me, I will slow down to a dead stop and wait for you to get out of the car, and then I will beat the living tar out of you with my steel toe boots. So don't tailgate a biker, even if he's a small biker, because you're risking my life, and I don't take too fucking kindly to that. So if you're that dumbass that tails a chopper thinking like, you know, everything's going to be cool if he goes down, that's not the case. You'll run right over that person and kill them. And chances are, if they're older than 20, they've got family somewhere. But this is it. I'm riding. It ain't raining yet, so I'm not going to stop right away. I think I got a little bit of corrosion on that positive, the negative, I think, the negative lead, again, just from the rainy week, so fuck. She's probably not getting the kind of charge from the run that she needs. So if I was really clever, I would have cleaned it up. I've got gear on board here to clean that. Very technical device called a toothbrush. But it's not for brushing my teeth, it's for brushing the negative lead and getting salt, literally salt, off of the lead so that she makes a better contact and grounds out the bike so she's not getting variable voltage readings, which makes this little baby not fucking happy. So it's weird. It's got a lot of ghosts, electrical stuff. They tried to make a modern fuel-injected bike back in the 2008. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna fly up the road. I'm just gonna fly. I'm gonna show you my hood. Check six, check six. Yeah, you do got a guy coming up. Okay. So one of the interesting things about this little neighborhood is that we have basically what Canada has labeled a terrorist organization. And now for 3 times in a row, they have been shooting up this little cafe. I don't really care who owns it. Apparently the person that owns it is in India, like they live there part of the year, live here part of the year, I guess, or maybe they just own the business here. I have no idea how this all politically connects to India. But there's a gang from India doing things like this, and well, at least taking credit for it. And I'm gonna ride by the place where it keeps getting shot up. And I don't know how this happens in this neighborhood 3 times and nobody returned fire. Like, honestly, when I was young in the 90s going to school, this neighborhood had some of the baddest badasses in our lower mainland. So this is what I can't believe, is that none of our actual local boys decided to help that cafe and just sit there in a car waiting to return fire and possibly get the plate or whatever of the stolen car or whatever they're doing there, right? So really interesting to me, really, that nobody fucking thought of shooting back. Like, what the hell? Why would we just let that happen? So it is crazy. I realize this isn't America and we can't have civilians doing it, but why didn't, after the first time, why the heck didn't the police have just a ghost car sitting there with a couple of their own snipers? Why not? So it's literally right near my house. So you see the McDonald's? I think it's in the next little block. So here's the McDonald's by my house. You know, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. That's why I came out here. I thought, oh, you know, the big road will be dead. So I'll be able to ride. But this is, now you figure out why I ride early in the morning. The roads, for here, this is empty. For here. Normally this is like, I'm sitting at a traffic light and traffic's not going. So this is wonderful in the morning. And I stupidly went to sleep at 8:30, unintentionally. I was out cold by 8:30 last night. Didn't even catch the end of the baseball game. I think this guy is about to do something really bad. You see how he's going slow? Means he can't fucking see me. So yeah, that's it there on the left. Right there. Caps. And they got some lights out there, but so that's pretty effing close to my house, not gonna lie. But that's astounding to me that the local police, or even the, I hate to say it, even a local gang member here, I'm sure there's a few right in my neighborhood, they could have possibly sat there and waited for those mother bleepers. Okay, I've said it. What upsets me is not that we have criminals. What upsets me is they have no freaking ethics or honor. Don't involve civilians. But these guys are attacking civilians. No normal person really cared about our gang wars here, because generally we're not involved. They shoot at each other and they get mad at each other, that's fine, whatever. As long as you leave us alone, the average person, we really could give a shit if you kill each other. More power to you if you survive and whatever. I just let the police do what the police do, right? It's not my place to get involved. But it's, as a biker, I'm seen out here in my gear and everything. I really wish this place was a lot safer for everyone. I might be both lucky and non-lucky to be a white dude. Like, on the one hand, none of these people will even talk to me, but on the other hand, it's glad I'm not anywhere near their social sort of issues. Their, whatever you call it, political nightmares. She's sounding a little better now. Right temperature, finally. Okay, and I do still have the camera just rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. It's cold out. I'm not going to be telling you that I'm kept warm by my zeal for God and country. I'm actually starting to feel the cold a little, because I went south instead of straight home. But this is a pretty nice ride, dude. Sunday ride through the hood. Make a few comments about why I want a safe neighborhood. But if somebody shoots at your store, feel free to tell them I told you to shoot back. Okay? Don't you worry. Just start shooting back, man. Return fire. And if it helps, I'll get out there with my bow and arrow. The good news about a bow, if I put the broadhead on there, it'll go through anything. And nobody's going to hear anything. You won't wake the neighbors. Unless I can get a tire, unless I can shoot a tire out with it. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, if we need archers to the line to fend off basically terrorists, because Canada can't handle that, then that's what we'll do here in North Delta. We'll get a couple of archers. We'll find some dude with a dirty old crossbow, and there'll be me with my stick curve, my takedown recurve hunting bow that I placed 4th at Nationals, shooting 3D targets on an outdoor course, hiking, and planting your feet at a peg and nailing the 3D animal. I actually placed 4th. I have a 5th place and a 6th place, so I've cracked the top 10 3 times at the national level. Not the best, but I could probably hit whatever the fuck I'm pointing at. Even if I don't go a kill shot right away. If you're bigger than a turkey, I'll probably land it. Okay, wow, it's actually getting a little busy out here now. This is weird. Where did all these cars come from? Like, I'm weirded out because I'm not even on the main drag here. Like, holy crap. Must be church time, that's it. These people are getting early to church. He might not see me. Loops within loops within loops. That's how you run up a memory override. Crash override. Endless loops. Writing to the file accidentally over and over again will get you 9 gigabytes in no time flat. Trust me, I've done it with C language. You look at the file you just made and you go, what the fudge happened there? That's the raw power of C language. There's really no filter. You can get yourself in a hoopla of trouble with raw C language. Really took it easy getting into first. I almost stayed in second, but I'm glad I didn't. That was a bit of a bail point. Really tight corner. And I was really worried about that truck behind me, but so lucky. I'm just really happy that I didn't crash today. And one more ride, baby. One more little chopper ride through the hood. Really powering through the book of Job again, because it's one of the 3 wisdom books. Just a little, I'm not going to go on about it. I know a lot of people resist Bible study and resist God. They want to be anti-God. But I still study, even though I'm still a sinner. You know, it's like, but yeah, the book of Job is really powerful in the sense that if God decides to punish you or to make life rough for you, then that's what God will do. It doesn't really matter whether or not you've been a good person. If God has something planned for you that He's got to polish you in a fire of trial to change your character, like, that's the thing. We assume we know what God's doing and what God's plan really is, and we actually have trouble. There's unlikely we could do that. And that's kind of what I get when I'm so troubled with the book of Job. Like, how can God be so mean to somebody who seems like a very righteous and upstanding person all since the beginning of his adult life, right? Like, there's no record in that book that would suggest, other than one of his friends suggesting, hey, you must have sinned at some point. You know, one of them tried to kind of go that route. Like, he had 3 friends show up to try to console him. So they had this big celestial debate between the God and the devil, and that's what kicks off the suffering of Job. It's kind of almost like a running bet between the two. And yeah, eventually some 3 friends show up and they try to make cases on either side. as to why this might be happening. You know, one of the friends says, you know, surely just hold on and you will have joy and happiness at the end of your days. Like, you know, it can't last forever. There'll be brighter days ahead, was one take. Then the other guy was like, you know, you clearly have done something that deserved this. You know, you're just not speaking about it, right? So that guy was kind of mean. And then, you know, whatever. It goes on like that. The book of Job. You can read it yourself. A lot of people really love it. Some people don't like it. Like me, I'm in the middle now that I understand it a bit better. But it's really about the divine sovereignty of God. Like, if that's what God's going to do, then too bad. Tough for you. That's what you're going to go through. So, it's a very tough pill to swallow. And I think for me, it's very similar when we look into our life, such as, you know, like we got to tell our strata council that we just don't have the money. You can threaten us, you can do all kinds of crazy shit, but if we don't have the money, we're not doing a massive reno right in the middle of a freaking trade war. It's a tough pill to swallow. It isn't like what it was back in the baby boomer days when we just wrote checks, you know, because everybody was well off. So those days are gone. The average person here in my neighborhood, like this dude, works 2 or 3 jobs probably just to make ends meet. So, yeah. We just don't have the money. If I had the money, my Harley would be running better. Right? I'd get this thing into a shop. Get her all caught up, get her cleaned up, get her staged 1. But nope, I've got the ghetto Harley. We're barely making it. Not messing with that old lady.